My coffee had gone cold again. I didn't care. I just stared at it, hands wrapped around the chipped mug like it still held heat. My phone buzzed once. I didn't even look. Probably a delivery notification, or Sophie asking if I'd eaten. Again, I stood up, walked to the sink, dumped the coffee. Buzz, I wiped my hands, finally glanced at the screen. Unknown number. I'm sorry. I had no choice. I froze. My heart dropped so fast I thought I'd throw up. No name, just a number, but not just any number. It was his, Liam. I whispered it out loud like it would make him appear. No, it couldn't be. I tapped the message. 5 years. 5 goddamn years. No word, no trace, just vanishing into the night, like our vows meant nothing, and now, this. I'm sorry, I had no choice. Choice to what? My voice cracked. To leave me at the altar? To ruin my life? Slammed the phone down. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. I called Sophie. She picked up fast. You okay? I got a text. My voice trembled. From his number. Silence. Then Evan, that number's been dead for years. I know, but it just lit up like a ghost. I swear it's him. What did it say? Read it. Oh my God, my chest heaved. What the hell does that even mean, Sophie? What choice? You don't know it's him? It's him? You're spiraling? No, I caught my reflection in the dark window. Pale. Why died? Fragile. Okay, maybe I am. Come over now. I nodded before I remembered she couldn't see me. Yeah, okay. Sophie's door flung open before I even knocked. Give me the phone, she said. I handed it over. She squinted. Same number. Exactly. Same last 4 digits. The one. You still remember? Like a prayer. Like a curse. She sighed. You want tea or vodka? Both. She led me in. Her cat jumped on the table and stared like it knew something too. Sophie handed back the phone. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Scream? Cry? Throw it at the wall? You should block it. No, I sat. Not yet. She narrowed her eyes. You're not gonna talk to him, are you? I don't know. I just need to know why? You already know. He left you. I looked at her. I never got to ask him why. I never got a reason. She softened. Maybe he was a coward. Maybe I still want to hear it from his mouth. Later that night I called Noah. He always picked up. Reliable as heartbreak. What's going on? He asked. Liam texted. Me. No hesitation. What? From his old number. Look. I sent a screenshot. A pause. Then, is it real? It's real. He exhaled hard. 5 years later, and this is how he comes back? I don't know if he is back. You want my advice? Always delete it. Forget it. I closed my eyes. I can't. Evan, I've tried Noah. I tried therapy. I tried pretending he never existed. Tried dating again, God help me. But every time someone said I do, I heard him say I don't and then disappear. Maybe that message isn't for closure. Maybe. It's bait. I frowned. Bait. Someone could be playing you, I paced. No one would do that. Wouldn't they? Why now? Noah's voice dropped. That's the question, isn't it? I couldn't sleep. The words kept flashing in my brain. I'm sorry. I had no choice. I typed a reply. You don't get to apologize now. I deleted it. Where are you? Deleted. Why did you leave me? Still not right. I didn't send anything. I just stared at the screen until 4 a.m. when the battery died. When I finally crawled into bed, I pulled the blanket over my head like it could block out the past. But memories are louder than silence. His laughter on the rooftop, his hand shaking as he slipped the ring on, his mouth whispering. Liar, asterisk, I can't breathe. No one heard me. Everyone was clapping, laughing. Champagne glasses clinked. Violin strings sang in the distance, and I stood alone at the altar waiting. 5 minutes late, 10:15. Relax, Sophie whispered, fixing my boutonniere. He's probably fixing his tie. He hates ties. Then maybe he's fixing his hair. I smiled. Barely. The wedding planner gave me a tight nod. We'll start when you're ready. I am ready. She blinked. Then where's your husband? I didn't have an answer. Not then. Not after the first hour. Not even after they pulled me out of the dressing room with a trembling glass of whiskey. Noah found me pacing. Still nothing? Voicemail? Texts? Radio silence? Maybe it's cold feet. No. I shook my head. Liam wanted this. He begged me to set the date. He picked the venue. Noah hesitated. He's not answering me either. That's when the first rumor started. A cousin whispered. He ran. I heard it. Like a bullet. Liam wouldn't do that, I said, but no one replied. 3 hours in, I saw his mother, Mrs. Whitmore. Black dress, cold smile. You always believed he was yours, she said, sipping from her flute. Now you know better. What? The hell are you saying? She tilted her head. He came from a long line of men who don't finish things. You think this is funny? I think it's inevitable. I stepped back. Get away from me. She just smirked. You should have seen it coming. I wanted to scream, or break something, or vanish. But I stood there, sweating in my tuxedo, the flowers wilting around me. No one was clapping anymore. An officer showed up around sunset, Detective Halloran. He introduced himself. We got a report of a missing person. I blinked. Fiancé husband, technically? You signed the license? Just before the ceremony, and he never showed? Correct? Left any note? Packed anything? Argued with anyone recently? No, none of that. He scribbled. Phones pinged. Dead. Any idea why he'd walk away? I stared at him. Do I look like I know? He sighed. Will? Check CCTV from the parking lot. Maybe something will turn up. You think someone took him? They don't rule anything out. By nightfall, the venue was empty. Petals crushed under people's heels. Tables half cleared. Cake untouched. I stood alone in the hallway, tuxedo jacket slung over my arm. My hands were trembling. My lips were cracked from biting them all day. Sophie stood by me. Come home, I can't. You can't stay here. What if he comes back? She stared at me like I was a ghost. He's not coming back, Evan. You don't know that. He left you. He walked out. You need to accept it. Look down. My fingers were bleeding. I'd been picking at my cuticles. I bled in a tuxedo, I whispered. What? I showed her. I didn't even feel it. She teared up. You don't deserve this? Maybe I do.
Don't say that.
I loved him, Sophie. I loved him, I know. He left without even saying goodbye. The next morning, the news ran the headline. Groom goes. Missing on wedding day husband, left in silence. I couldn't breathe. Photos from the venue. Me standing alone, my eyes swollen, lips tight. People whispered on the streets. Isn't that the guy who got stood up? I didn't leave the house for a week. Every knock on the door, I prayed it was Liam. Every unknown number. I hoped, every shadow outside. I dreamed, but nothing came. Just more silence. Just more empty rooms. Just more air I couldn't fill. Asterisk. I stared at the message again. I'm sorry. I had no choice. Don't you dare text me now, I muttered, gripping the phone. Not after 5 years. I opened the message thread, typed, "What do you want?" Deleted it. Typed again. Why now? Deleted, typed, "You don't get to just come back?" Deleted, blocked the number. Unblocked. I blocked it again. No, screw you, I said, throwing the phone onto the couch. A second later, I picked it back up. I called Sophie. She answered instantly. Again, I blocked him. Good. Then I unblocked him. Ben, I blocked him again. Shh. I don't know what I'm doing. You're spiraling. I know. You can't give him that power again. I just want answers. You won't get them. I might. No, Evan. You'll get hurt again. I paced the living room, the hardwood cold under my feet. Why would he text me after all this time? Because he's a coward. Or because he's in trouble. Oh, come on. Don't turn this into some romantic rescue fantasy. I'm not. I don't know. Sophie's voice softened. You want to see him again, don't you? No, I want to slap. Him? Then I want to scream. Then I want to walk away. You sure about that order? I'm not sure about anything. Promise me you won't reply. I hesitated. I won't, for now. She sighed. That's the best I'll get. Isn't it? Yep. Later that night I messaged Noah.me. Can we talk? He called 2 minutes later. You okay? He asked. Not even close. What happened? I sighed. Still the message. Still thinking about it? Obsessing? He was quiet. I don't know what it means, I said. Why now? Why anything? Maybe it doesn't mean anything. Maybe it's just noise. But what if it does mean something? Noah's tone shifted. Like what? I don't know. Like maybe he was forced to leave. Like maybe he's still in danger.
Evan.
You've been watching too many crime shows. Then why text now? I don't know. That's not good enough. There was a pause. I narrowed my eyes. You sound weird. I don't sound weird. Yes, you do. I'm just trying to keep you from falling apart again. Did. Do you know anything back then? Did he say anything to you? No. Liar. What? He hesitated. Evan, don't lie to me, he exhaled. Look, ... He was nervous the day before. Nervous? Yeah, I thought it was cold feet. He asked weird questions. Like if I thought you'd forgive him no matter what. My stomach dropped. Why didn't you tell me? 'Cause I didn't think it mattered until now? It does matter. I'm sorry. Not good enough. I didn't want to hurt you. Too late. I needed air. I walked outside, phone clutched. Like a lifeline. The cold bit into my skin. Then I heard a voice behind me. You look like you just saw a ghost. I turned. Charlie stood there holding takeout. What are you doing here? Sophie texted me. Said you were spiraling. Everyone's so dramatic. Charlie raised a brow. She also said you blocked and unblocked your ex 5 times. 6. Impressive. I sat on the porch steps. I hate how much space he still takes up. Then evict him. I can't. You can. But you don't want to. I want closure. Or maybe you want an excuse to believe he loved you. I went quiet. She sat beside me. Look, if he reaches out again, you have choices. But don't let your pain answer for you. Then what should? Your healing, not your history. I looked at her. What if I'm not healed? Then don't text back. I nodded slowly. But inside, I wasn't so sure. Asterisk? Do you remember? That night. I asked quietly. Charlie looked up from her coffee. Which one? The lake. She went still. Yeah, I remember. I don't know why I went there. Just ended up driving until everything felt numb. You left your phone in the car. I didn't want anyone to stop me. She nodded slowly. I figured that out. I wrapped my fingers around the mug. I was wearing the tux. Charlie blinked. Seriously, I don't know. I didn't take it off after the wedding. It felt like punishment. Leaned forward. Tell me. I swallowed hard. I stood on the dock for an hour, staring at the water, wondering how deep it was, wondering if it had hurt. He didn't interrupt. I thought maybe I'd float, or maybe disappear without a sound, like him. You almost did. I remember stepping in. Cold as hell. My chest locked up. Why didn't you stop? I didn't see the point. She was quiet for a beat. You didn't leave a note. I didn't want to be found, but I did. You shouldn't have. She sat back. You screamed. I looked up. I did. Et before you. Went under? One word? What? Liam. I let the silence settle. Did I fight you? I asked. You were half conscious when I pulled you out. You kept apologizing, God. She smiled sadly. I didn't know you, Evan. I was just walking my dog. I know. Still, when I saw someone in the water, I jumped. I didn't thank you. You didn't need to, but I should have. You cried in my car for 2 hours. That was enough. Out. Looked at her. Why'd you stay? She shrugged. Maybe I saw someone who needed anchoring. I didn't deserve it. You did not deserve it either. I stared into the dark liquid. That lake felt endless, Charlie whispered. It still does sometimes, I nodded. I thought drowning would be peaceful. It's not, I learned that. She reached across the table. You didn't die. That matters. I don't know if I lived either. Evan, no. I mean, I breathe, I eat, I exist. But I haven't felt alive since that night. Starting to am I? You reached out. You opened up. It's more than most. I sighed. When you dragged me out, were you scared? Terrified? Of what? That I was too late. I rubbed my eyes. No, you're here, yeah. She squeezed my hand. And you're not in that lake anymore. Some days I feel like I still am. She didn't let go. Then I'll sit on the dock and wait. Every time. I sat without her words. The silence, the memory of sinking and screaming, and not knowing which one I wanted more, and then her pulling me back, not letting me go. Asterisk, Noah, I said, pacing his living room. I know you're still holding. Something back? He didn't meet my eyes. I'm not. Yes, you are. Your voice gets tight when you lie. I'm not lying. He just lied again. He sighed. Evan, please, just say it. I can't. You can. He rubbed his face. You won't like it. I already don't. He finally looked up. He came to me. The night before the wedding, I froze. What? Liam. He showed up at my place. You never told me that. I know. What the hell, Noah? I didn't know what it meant. He was panicked. Said he felt like he was being watched. By who? You wouldn't say just. Vague stuff. Paranoid. And you didn't think I should know that? He made me promise not to tell you unless something happened. Something. Did happen? He disappeared. Noah stood. Thought he was having a breakdown. Cold feet. I didn't think he was in danger. I shook my head. You should have told me. I was trying to protect you. No. You were protecting him. That's not fair. I begged you for answers. I didn't have them. You had this. He hesitated. There's more, of course there is. He left me something. I stared at him. What? He walked to the closet and pulled out a small black box. Inside was a sealed envelope. He said, if I disappear, give this to Evan. But only then? You sat on this for 5 years? I was scared. I ripped open the envelope. Inside, single sheet of paper, coordinates, and a name written in shaky ink. Jake Rivers. I stared at it. Who the hell is Jake Rivers? Noah shrugged. I don't know. Liar. I swear I don't. And the coordinates. Looks like somewhere upstate. Why didn't you burn this? Because I couldn't. What? Maybe. Maybe I knew I'd need it someday. I clenched the paper. He was being watched. That's what he said? By who? Why? He wouldn't tell me? Did he mention anyone else? Only one other name? Tyler? Tyler? No. Last name. And you just kept that to yourself? I was trying to respect him. I laughed bitterly. He abandoned me. And you still covered for him. He said it was to protect you from what? I stepped back. I trusted you. I didn't know what to do, Evan. You let me mourn him. I mourned him too. Not the same. Noah's voice cracked. I thought you were better off not knowing. I stared at the coordinates. Well, now I know. Are you going to do? I'm going to find out who Jake Rivers is. And if Liam's alive, then he better have a damn good reason. You sure this is it? Shirley asked, eyeing the overgrown path ahead. This is what the coordinates pointed to. I checked my phone again. It's here. She stared at the dense trees. Looks like no one's been here in years. Then, we're in the right place. We pushed through the brush, branches scraping my arms like they were trying to stop me. 30 minutes in, we finally saw it. A cabin old, splintered. Windows fogged with grime. Charming, Charlie muttered. Reached for the doorknob. Locked. Step back, she said, grabbing a rock. I raised an eyebrow. Seriously? She smashed the window. I climbed through first. The air was stale like dust, sweat, and time. A mattress lay on the floor, rusted pots in the corner. But it was the desk that pulled me in. There it was. A leather-bound journal, its edges curled. Pages stuffed with loose papers and receipts. I sat. My hands trembled. It's his. Charlie stayed quiet. I opened to the first page. If you're reading this, I'm either dead, trying not to be found. My throat tightened. Charlie came closer. Evan. I kept reading. I didn't run because I stopped loving you. I ran because I couldn't let them hurt you. Who the hell is them? I whispered. Charlie leaned in. What else does it say? They threatened to expose everything. Tyler, the debt, the affair that wasn't an affair. They had photos, messages, things that could ruin Evan and me and us. Late affair. Charlie's eyes narrowed. You think he was cheating? No, he swore he wasn't. Keep reading. He said they'd ruin his career. Name, his parents, everything. I thought disappearing would end it. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. I turned the page. The handwriting got messier. I don't sleep. I hear footsteps that don't exist. I imagine Evan's voice calling me a coward. Maybe I am. Maybe running was a mistake. Charlie touched my shoulder. Hey, you okay? No. Want me to stop you? No. Another entry. There was a moment by the lakai I almost came back. I saw him on the dock, just standing there like he was waiting for me. I couldn't move. I watched him cry. Ow. Then I turned around and ran again. That night I murmured, What? That was the night I tried. I stopped. Charlie nodded slowly. He was there. I nodded. He saw. Why she closed her eyes. Damn. More pages. Scribbled words, drawings, maps, half-burnt letters. Then, I'm sorry. Evan, I loved you more than my fear, but not more than my shame. I slammed the book shut. Why didn't he just talk to me? Maybe he thought silence was safer. Safer. For who, you? I stood, heart hammering. He didn't trust me. She said gently. He didn't trust himself. I stared at the journal. He wasn't lying. He really thought he was protecting me. Looks like it, but he still left. Yeah, and he let me believe he was dead. Charlie didn't argue. I sat again, holding the book like it might answer me. I hate him, I whispered. I know. I miss him. I know that too. Do you think he's still alive? Charlie looked around the cabin. I think he left this here for you. That means something. I swallowed. He was broken, maybe, but he still loved you. I opened the journal again, staring at his messy scrawl. I wasn't ready to forgive, but I wasn't ready to walk away either. Asterisk, you're Jake Rivers. I asked, my voice tight. The man nodded. Late 40s, scar above his brow, compound away. That made me uneasy. Yeah, you're Evan. I nodded. Where is he? Jake motioned toward the bench. Sit down. I didn't come to sit. I came for answers, and you'll get them, but they won't come easy. Charlie hovered behind me. Not here to play games. Jake's eyes shifted to her. I'm not playing. I'm trying to protect the last pieces of a man who already gave up everything. I sat, my hands curled into fists. Start talking. Jake took a breath. You ever hear the name Emma Rhodes?
No.
She ran accounting for Liam's father's company. On paper, she managed grants. In reality, money laundering, asset smuggling, underground trades. Tyler, Liam's older brother, was in deep too. What does this have to do with Liam? He found out. Too late. Charlie leaned forward. So what? He turned them in. Jake shook his head. He wanted to. Came to me for advice. Said he was scared. Said they were watching you, Evan. Said if he made one wrong move, you'd be the first target. I froze. Why would they come after me? Jake's expression hardened. Because Liam wouldn't shut up about you. You were his future, his weakness. They knew it. My stomach dropped. Jake continued. Liam thought he could outsmart them. He collected evidence, planned to go to the feds. But someone beat him to it. Emma got wind. And then, just like that radio silence, they threatened your career, your family. Liam had a choice: run or risk your life. Charlie's voice cut in. So he ran.
Ow.
Jake nodded. and faked his death. I stood. No, that's insane. I helped him disappear, Jake said quietly. He didn't trust anyone else. You helped him vanish from our wedding? You watched me break? Mourn. Live with questions for 5 damn years? Jake didn't flinch, because he begged me to. I clenched my jaw. Why now? Why tell me this now? Jake looked down. Because I think something's wrong. I haven't heard from him in over a year. My heart thudded. You think he's dead for real? I think he's lost, or hiding. Again, maybe from himself. Charlie stepped forward. Do you know where he went? A name? A lead? Jake nodded. He changed identities. Last I knew, he was going by Aaron Cole. Working upstate in a mechanic shop. Quiet town. No questions. I turned away, trying to breathe. He lied to me. For years. He thought it was the only way to keep you safe, Jake said softly. He could have told me. He tried that letter in the journal. That was his last real attempt. I faced Jake. Why didn't he come back once they were gone? Because he didn't believe he deserved to. Silence. I sat again, numb. Charlie crouched beside me. What now? I don't know, I whispered. Jake handed me a slip of paper address. It might be nothing or everything. My fingers shook. What if I find him and I don't recognize him? You have a voice lowered. You will. And if I hate him? Then you'll finally have a choice. Closure. Something. Charlie put her hand on my shoulder. We go together. I looked at her. Even after all this, you never had a chance to grieve properly? Maybe now you can. Jake stood. I'm sorry, Evan. I really am. But Liam loved you. Enough to disappear. He didn't know what hurt more, the truth, or that I believed him. Asterisk Evan. A woman's voice called from behind the glass door. I turned. Slim build. Red jacket, hair tied back like she didn't care. Emma Rhodes. You came, she said, locking the door to her office. I'm not here to talk about Liam's father, I said, stepping in. I need to know what you know about him. I figured, she replied. Jake called, said you'd be stubborn. Charlie took the seat next to me. We were told you've been tracking similar disappearances. I don't track, Emma, said, flicking on her monitor. I hunt. I crossed my arms. Start hunting. Emma sat, typing fast. I've been on Liam's trail since the crash. Didn't buy the death angle. The body was burned beyond recognition. Dental records were vague. But here's the kicker. Someone was accessing an offshore account tied to his old email. Last access. 4 months ago. From Seattle. My throat dried. You're sure? Positive, she said, spinning the screen. IP matched a co-working hub downtown. Guy uses the alias Aaron Cole. Same pattern of spending. Same preference. 4 vanilla coffee pods. Liam always hated hazelnut, right? I flinched. Yeah. Charlie looked at me. That's him. Emma pulled up another tab. The digital trail's messy, but intentional. He left crumbs just wide enough for someone like me to follow. He wanted someone to find him eventually. Just not too fast. He wanted control, I muttered. Emma leaned in. He wanted distance. My hands shook. He could have messaged me. A burner phone. 1 word. Charlie reached for me. Evan, no, I snapped. I need a second. I stood, pacing. The room spun. I could feel my pulse behind my eyes. He didn't die, I whispered. He left. He left me. Emma's voice softened. You really believed he died for you? I built a whole damn life around that grief, I said. Every decision, every ache, every night alone. Charlie rose. This doesn't undo what you went through, but it makes me question all of it, I said. What if he didn't vanish to protect me? What if he just wanted out? Emma replied, then why keep the journal? Why the hidden files? I stared at the screen. Guilt. Maybe that's all it was. Charlie placed a hand on my shoulder. What do you want now? I don't know anymore, I said, breathing hard. Closure felt final. This feels like a sick riddle. Emma turned back to the screen. I've got more. Traffic cam footage. 1 second glimpse. But it's him. I stared at the blurry image. Side profile, bearded, hood up. But the jawline, I knew it. That's Liam, I said. What's left of him? Emma muttered. I sank into the chair. He's alive. And I don't know if I'm relieved or furious. Both, Charlie said. You're allowed to feel both. Emma clicked another file. He's working at a tech repair shop. Low key. Paid under the table. Smart enough to not leave paper trails, but dumb enough to leave browser history. Seattle's your next stop, I whispered. I'm not chasing him to say goodbye. Emma nodded. You want the truth? I need the truth, I said. Even if it ruins him. Are you ready for this? Charlie asked, parked across the street from the tech shop. I stared through the windshield. Small windows, flickering open sign, no security cameras, just like Emma said. No, I breathed. But I'm going. And anyway, he grabbed my arm. Don't lead with anger. I stepped out without answering. The bell above the door chimed. Fluorescent lights, dusty counters. A young guy chewing gum behind the register barely looked up. Help you? He asked. I kept my voice even. Is Aaron Cole here? He blinked. Aaron. I nodded. He's in the back. I stood perfectly still. I'll go get him. Minutes passed. The air thickened. My heart thudded in my ears. And then dashed footsteps. Then silence. Then him, Liam. Older, beard, paler. Slower, but unmistakable. He froze when he saw me. His lips parted. Evan. I swallowed. Hi. He looked over his shoulder, then closed the door behind him. How did you find me? I followed your digital footprints, I said. No. You weren't as invisible as you thought. He ran a hand through his hair. You shouldn't be here. Too late. He looked wrecked. I didn't want this. No, I said, stepping forward. You wanted control of how I'd remember you, of how you'd disappear. But guess what? You let me grieve you alive. His face twisted. I was trying to save you. By vanishing. My voice cracked. You let me believe you died in that fire. I mourned you. I buried pieces of myself. With your name on them, I had no choice, he said. They threatened your life. Then trust me, I snapped. You didn't even give me the chance to fight with you. Liam's voice broke. I watched them follow you. I heard them talk about hurting you. My father's enemies weren't bluffing. So your solution was to fake your death. He nodded slowly. If I disappeared, they'd stop watching you. Did they? I don't know, he whispered. I laughed bitterly. You don't even know if your sacrifice mattered. It wasn't a sacrifice, he said. It was cowardice. But it was the only kind I had left. I stared at him. He looked like hell. I deserve worse. You left me, I said, my voice trembling. You left me with no goodbye. No note. Just ashes and a casket. I wrote a letter, he said, eyes watering. But I burned it. Why? Because if I gave you hope, you'd come looking. You did anyway. I clenched my fists. I never stopped looking, even when I convinced myself to move on. He stepped closer. I thought about you every day, thinking about me. Isn't love? I said. Love stays. Love fights. I was trying to protect you, he said again. Stop saying that, I shouted. You didn't protect me. You condemned me. You stole 5 years of peace. 5 years of clarity. Liam's eyes brimmed. I know. I looked at him, really looked. The shoulders I once leaned into were hunched. His hands trembled. His voice was smaller, but it still sounded like home. I don't know if I hate you, I whispered, or if I still love the memory of you too much to care. He took a breath. I'll never ask for forgiveness. Good, I said, because I don't have it to give. Silence stretched. I had a plan, he said. Change my name. Stay off-grid. Maybe die for real someday and no one would notice, I muttered. Someone noticed. I wanted to call you on my birthday last year, he confessed. Just once, just to hear your voice. You think that would have fixed anything? No, he said. Yeah, but it would have hurt less than this. I turned away. Came. Here for the truth. Now that I have it, I don't know what to do with it. Walk away, he said. You've earned the right. I'm not sure if I'm strong enough. He nodded slowly, then stay and yell at me. Break something. Spit in my face. Just don't leave thinking I didn't love you. Loved me in silence, I said. In silence doesn't heal anything. He took a shaky step forward. Then tell me how to make it right. You can't, I whispered. It's too late. He looked at the floor. That's the truth I deserve. The one I have to live with, I said. I walked past him to the door. Evan, he called. I stopped. If I could go back, you can't. I know. I turned once more. Goodbye, Liam. His lips parted, but no sound came out. I opened the door and walked into the sunlight that felt nothing like relief. Asterisk, I take it, you found him? Charlie said as I slid into the passenger seat. I stared ahead. Yeah, he didn't push. Just started the car. We drove in silence for a while. My hands were still trembling, like my body hadn't caught up with the truth yet. What did he say? Charlie finally asked. He said he loved me, I replied flatly. Charlie exhaled. You believe him? I believe he thought vanishing was love. I believe he thought silence was safety, and you. I turned toward the window, I believe. Love should have looked me in the eye. Back home, Sophie was waiting on the steps. You okay? She asked. No, I said, but I will be. She followed me inside. I walked straight to the shelf and pulled out the journal our wedding. Journal. The one I kept writing in, even after he was gone. You sure about this? She asked. I lit a match. The paper curled fast. The ink vanished into flame like it was never real. Charlie stayed quiet. Sophie reached for my hand. I pulled away gently. I need to do this alone. They nodded and stepped outside. I stood by the sink and watched the fire consume our story. Later, Liam texted. Liam, I know you said goodbye, but if you ever want to talk, I'll be here. Stared at the screen, my thumb hovered. Then I hit delete. No reply. 3 days passed. Then I painted. 4 hours. Maybe days I don't remember eating, didn't feel hunger, just a gnawing need to create. I chose deep blue, stark white. Crimson, the strokes weren't soft. They bled. The canvas screamed. When it dried, I titled it, Alone, Not Lost. You finished it? Sophie asked the next morning. Yeah, she stepped closer. It's powerful. I buried him, I said. Now I'm burying what we were. Later that evening, Charlie came by with takeout. You look lighter, he said. I feel emptier, I said. Same thing, maybe. He hesitated. Do you miss him? Every part of me does, but you're not going back. No, I said. We already had our forever. It died on our wedding night. I sat on the porch with Charlie while the sun dipped behind the buildings. You think he meant it? Charlie asked. The love? I think he loved me in a way that didn't know how to stay. Charlie sipped his drink. That's not love, man. That's fear wearing love's clothes. I smiled weakly. Yeah. Sophie joined us after a while. Remember the day after the wedding? She asked. When I came to sit with you and you didn't speak for 6 hours? I remember thinking you were the only sound I could stand. She leaned against me. You were so still. I thought I lost you too. I was gone, I admitted. But not anymore. Charlie stood. You're painting again. It says something. It says I survived, I said. He grinned. You're stronger than all of us, you know. No, I replied. Just finally honest with myself. Spent the next week cleaning out the closet. There was a box Liam's shirt, the wedding boutonniere, old photos. I burned them. 2, not with rage, with quiet, peaceful finality. That night, I dreamed of the wedding again. But this time, Liam didn't vanish. He smiled, kissed my hand, and stepped back. I let him and woke up without pain. I went to the beach the next morning, canvas in hand. I planted it in the sand and let the tide touch its edge. Alone, not lost. A goodbye, not a rebirth, just a truth. And this time, I didn't cry. I breathed, and it felt like living.